Well, today is Go Red Day. With us is Colleen Carlson. She's a volunteer with the American Heart Association. Her daughter Tess was born with a congenital heart defect, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But this is a day to raise awareness about cardiovascular disease. How vast is this among Americans? Is it a big deal?
It's a huge deal. One in every woman, every 80 seconds has a heart attack. And we just I think that maybe heart disease is more of a man's problem, but that actually is not the case.
No.
Almost half of women die of cardiovascular disease among all deaths.
That's unbelievable. And I think, you know, this campaign to
Yes.
wear red has really brought light to the fact that it isn't a man's disease, that it is women. And so we're doing a lot more to help raise awareness about that. Talk a little bit about your daughter. I mentioned she was born with a congenital heart defect. What does that mean?
Well, what it means is I think all of us know someone that's affected by heart disease, and it doesn't matter how old you are. She was born with a knot in her aorta, and it was detected a little bit later than it should have been. And so it's created some issues for her living her life now, fine and gross motor skills. We were able to get it repaired, but she's going to have future surgeries. And she's had, you know, educational difficulties and different things because we did not know that that was something that she was suffering with.
Sure, and it's non-discriminatory, obviously. How many deaths are there in the United States?
884,000 deaths in the United States, and I think about 17 million worldwide of cardiovascular disease.
Yeah, yeah. And so how has it affected your daughter's life, Tess, having this disease? What has her life been like?
Well, it's affected all of our lives. My grandfather had a heart attack. My dad had a heart attack. So I never thought I would be born with a daughter with a heart disorder. So it's affected her in her everyday living. Things we all take for granted, she's not able to do.
How is she feeling today?
She's feeling well. She's going to have another large surgery done that we think is connected to the heart. So it's just one day at a time.
And I should have asked earlier, but how old is she now?
She's 11.
She's 11 now, so it's been all throughout these young years dealing with something we can't even imagine dealing with now.
No, you just think of heart disease and a heart attack, and it's really much more than that.
Yeah, well, so as a mom, what advice can you give to other parents?
As a mom, I would say if you notice something different with your child, go and take a look. That's what I did. And then in terms of lifestyle, know your numbers, know your blood pressure, your BMI, your blood sugar, your cholesterol, and make lifestyle choices that can really help you if you have heart disease in your family, and even if you don't. 80% of heart disease may be preventable with action and education.
No kidding.
Yes.
Say that again, because I think that's really important. 80%.
80%. You know, there's some hereditary factors that we don't have control of.
Sure.
But if you really pay attention to your numbers and lead a healthy lifestyle and avoid risk factors like smoking, you really are going to up your odds.
Yeah, and that healthy lifestyle includes eating right and exercising.
Yes.
And getting good,
and that's a big
air.
part of her life too.
Certainly, certainly. Now, there's to raise more awareness. There's a great event coming up called Drop Red Gorgeous, and it's happening on February 17th.
Correct. Yeah. It's a fashion show, and it's Tess and I will be walking in it. And last year we did it there. I think maybe 20 other people that have been affected by heart disease and stroke. COLLEEN and Macy's are a part of this with us, and it showcases the stories of these women or children. And you wear red dresses, and it's a free event, and it's at the Wilshire Event Center.
Sounds wonderful.
Yes.
Colleen, thank you so much for being with us and sharing your daughter's story.
Thank you.
Our best to Tess.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, commit to win the fight together. Wear red and give today. Visit heart.org. Now mark your calendar for February 17th's free event, the Drop Red Gorgeous Fashion Show. Colleen and her daughter Tess will be among the featured models who have been personally affected by heart disease and stroke.